Hey guys, welcome back to Practically Creative. My name is Melissa, and today I'm going to show you how to create a basic block. It's called a half square triangle, and half square triangles are used in almost every quilt block. How do you get nice half square triangles that work for you? Well, stay with me, and I will show you how to create a half square triangle block. All right, so what we've got in front of us today is some basic 5 3/4 inch squares. I cut these out of a couple of different fabrics that I had, and I'm going to use them in some scrap quilting later. So I want to get these made. So I'm going to show you first what we're going to do is we're going to mark the back of our background fabric, and I'm just using a pencil to do this. You can use a pen, you can use a friction marker, whatever you like. And I want to make sure that that line is very visible. Hope you can see that right there across the back. And we're marking from corner to corner, just straight across on the diagonal. So there's our line drawn across here. And then we're going to take a block that is the exact same size. It's 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Now, if you're new to this, you may want to go ahead and put a pen in here just to keep everything together. If you're fairly confident in your sewing skills, you don't have to pin it. I don't usually, but this is for beginners. So I want to make sure that you know how to make sure your fabric stays together. Okay, we're at the sewing machine. Here's my line. I'm working on a Juki TL 2010Q, and my stitch length is about a 2. Here's my line right here. I have put it so that my 1/4 inch foot just barely sits on that line because I want it just shy of a 1/4 inch. And we're going to sew right across, keeping that line lined up where I want it on my presser foot. Then we're going to take it out and turn it around and line it up exactly the same way. Okay, so now we have 2 lines sewn next to the 1/4 inch or the line that I drew down the center. I'm going to take my pins out, and we're going to go back over here to the cutting mat. So here we are at the cutting mat. And I'm going to lay my ruler down on that line that I drew before. Once we have the ruler lined up on that line, then I'm going to take my rotary cutter and I'm going to cut right along that line. Make sure you close your rotary cutter before you set it down. And now we have 2 half square triangles. When you get ready to press these back, you don't want to put a lot of pressure on that seam. You just want to lay your iron on top of it, because this is now a bias seam and you don't want that bias seam. Now we're going to press our seam, and all I've basically done is peel this open and lay it back, and I just kind of finger press. I don't put a lot of pressure on there because I don't want to stretch that bias seam. I'm going to take my iron and I'm going to gently just press that seam flat. Now we have 2 half square triangles. You can make half square triangles any size that you want, and you use half square triangles in every almost every quilt pattern. So this is our half square triangles. I appreciate you watching today.